The biggest thing about living in Africa that shocked me as an American wasn't poverty, wasn't disease, wasn't wild animals, mud homes, or the dramatic images of Africa people are used to seeing. It was something so normal, so everyday, that it actually took me longer to adjust to than anything else. And honestly, it messed with me enough that I even questioned if I should live in a different country instead of building a life here. Because nobody prepares you for the small differences that quietly change how your entire life feels. And once I finally understood it, I realized life here isn't just different. It runs on a completely different system. And the first thing that hit me was time. I know that sounds small, but time is the one thing we never get back. And the way time works here versus back in America, that difference alone almost made me leave. Because back home, my business worked a certain way. More time means more money. That was the system I lived in. So if someone took longer, if time slipped, if plans shifted, my brain didn't read that as relax. It read it as I'm losing time, which means I'm losing money. So when I came here and things moved slower, it didn't feel peaceful at first. It felt like I was watching opportunity disappear. In America, a normal weekday didn't really have a beginning or an end. It felt like waking up to work and falling asleep to work. You can't tell Monday from Wednesday because all the days actually blurred together. Even when things were going well, I always felt behind. Not rushed exactly, just behind. Because the moment I finished one thing, there was so much more waiting for me. Evenings weren't really evenings. They were calls, meetings, emails. If I had an hour, it wasn't rest. It was grabbing food quickly and going right back to work. Then here, if you say you'll meet someone at 12, you might see them at 2. Deadlines aren't always deadlines. Restaurants take longer. Things move at a different pace. And that was hard for me. I mean, really hard for me at first. Because I came from a place where every minute felt accounted for. Here minutes stretch. Plans shift. Time is experienced more loosely. And that's a shift you don't understand until you live inside of it. Shock number 2. In the US, life is built around reliability and speed. ATMs are open. Systems rarely go down. Deliveries are fast. Appointments are quick. Everything is automated and predictable. Here in Africa, things often work manually. Banks close early. You call people instead of using apps. Getting one thing done can take a whole entire day. People don't always confirm. You follow up. Planning too far ahead sometimes doesn't help. At first, it feels inefficient. But over time, you realize life isn't built around speed the same way. And this is where something clicked for me. At first, I thought all these things were just inconveniences. Things being slow, systems being manual, time being flexible. But then I remember what I talked about in my last video, how my life back home looked successful, but I felt burnt out. And here's the twist. The same things that frustrated me here were the exact things that were missing in my life back in America. Space, slowness, room to breathe. That's when I realized maybe efficiency isn't the only definition of a good life. Now let's get to shock number 3. Growing up, I constantly saw images of Africa connected to lack. So subconsciously, I expected food to be harder to find. But in the places I've lived and spent real time, especially in Zanzibar and Tanzania, my everyday experience looked way different. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh juices. Food stands open late into the night. People are cooking at 2 a.m. Access doesn't always look like supermarkets and apps. Sometimes it's as simple as getting a fresh coconut right where you are. That completely challenged the picture of Africa I had grown up seeing. Because availability here doesn't always look industrial. It looks local, fresh, and close. Now, let's jump into shock number 4. Another thing that surprised me was how accessible and affordable self-care is. In the United States, self-care is scheduled. You book it, you plan it. It can be extremely expensive. Here, it feels more integrated into daily life. People are getting their hair braided at night, haircuts late, nails done, massages, sometimes all in the same area. And the cost difference is extremely noticeable. These aren't luxury days. They feel normal, routine, part of living. And that changed how I saw lifestyle. Because quality of life isn't just income. It's access to the things that make daily life feel good. Now, our last and final shock. Number 5. In America, health looks like effort, gyms, overpriced classes, supermarkets. We spend so much money trying to get our bodies to function in lifestyles that don't naturally support them. Here, movement is built into life. Walking, sun, fresh food, being outside. Health isn't just something you schedule. It's supported by the environment. And that changed how I see wealth. Because health really is wealth. Not just a saying, but something you feel when your lifestyle supports your body. At some point, I realized these things weren't broken. They were built on a different definition of what life revolves around. Back home, everything is centered around productivity. Here in Africa, life doesn't feel centered around output in the same way. And that made me question something. Was my old system really giving me the life I thought it was? Or was I just really good at surviving inside of it? So when people ask me, what shocked me most? It wasn't the dramatic things. It was the everyday structure of life. And over time, I realized something. Quality of life isn't just income. It's how your days feel, how your body feels, how much stress you carry. And in a lot of these everyday ways, my quality of life felt different here. Not because one place is perfect, but because daily life is built around different priorities. And once you start noticing how daily life actually feels, the next question becomes obvious. What does it cost to live like this? That's what I'm breaking down in the next video. And if you haven't seen my last video, where I talk about leaving a 6-figure life behind and how that changed my definition of success, you should watch that video too. Because these videos connect. This channel goes beyond the headlines and stereotypes and shows what it's really like to live, travel, and do business in Africa from the perspective of an American who has lived in both worlds. So stay with me because we're just getting started.